Welcome back to my workshop. I know it's been a long time since I put up part one of the drill powered lathe, but my brother asked where section 2 is, so here we go. There was a fair few views from the first video, so if you want to watch that before you watch this, click the link up the top here, or if you're on something that doesn't show links, go to our channel and find the video, and this will all make much more sense. So like I said, this is not an instructional video. The instructions are purchased from 1 Minute Workbench, and he also made a video on how to make it. So I'll zip through this bit so you don't have to watch too much of it and get to the point of this video, which was to check whether it actually works, see whether it's worth you making one yourself. When I get to the part of mounting the drill itself, I think that's where it deviates off the plan and will be unique to the type of drill that you have. So I'll go through that in a little bit more detail so you can possibly work out how to mount your own drill. So this part was to make the headstock, and initially in the plan you can see there I'm putting on a T-nut. That was what the instructions said, and it said to bend the tines or the prongs back. So I thought I'd try first of all by heating it up. And I don't know much about metalwork, so whether heating it weakened it or hardened it or whatever. Don't recall whether I quenched it. I think I actually did cool it down under water, which I probably know now that makes it quite brittle. So everything in there tested out. Still got to put the spikes on the end of the nuts there, cut them off. So this is the part where you can't really have it in the plans. You need to make it unique to your own drill. So after cutting the head off the nut and attaching the drill to there, I leveled it up as much as I can so I could take a measurement of exactly how high the drill needed to be, and then I could make a bespoke stand for it to go on. So I cut these blocks to make the height exact for my drill, but that will vary depending on what you have. So I've attached that platform to the headstock, so that's all one part. And if I get in around the right way, it'll probably work better. So I've attached the drill back onto the chuck there, and now I'm going to put a metal hose clamp around the drill to hold it down. So I've drilled out some holes and just chiseled it out a little bit wider so that the hose clamp could go through, and wrap that around. And that was all I needed to do on this particular thing. That was very sturdy, so I was very happy with that. And it seems to run quite true, so there's no vibration, which suggests that I've got the alignment quite good. So this particular drill, you can lock the trigger on, and then it also has an adjustable speed. So it's probably by absolute fluke the perfect drill for this project. So I just prepared the tailstock there by creating a spike on the end of that axle at the end. And I watched some videos on how to prepare your wood for lathing. So I drilled a hole in the end, cut across, tapped it onto the T-nut, and surprisingly enough it didn't fly off. So I was quite happy with that. So here we go, first try with the chisels. I was expecting the worst. So I went about it very gingerly. And surprisingly enough, as you can see the ends of the machine there's very little vibration. It actually worked surprisingly well. So the tool rest that I made originally was quite short, and as you can see I've just done half of the thing there, and then I've had to move it along and do the other half. And there goes my first T-nut. So whether that was because I hardened it or made it more brittle by heating it. So this time, rather than bending it, I've just put it on as it is, and I thought maybe that'll be stronger. So all I needed to do really was drill the holes slightly bigger in the stock, and then I just tapped it back into the same holes. And this did work fine. I guess if you had an unlimited amount of T-nuts, you can probably just get a new one for each project. So this was a piece of olive that I'd cut down about a year ago. I thought if you can put an actual log on there, then it can hold anything. So it's quite good. Some other modifications I made was that I made the tool rest a bit longer. The tail stock was a bit wobbly, so I did put some epoxy between the bolt and the bearings, which fixed that problem. And as I said, I kept on breaking T-nuts, so eventually I gave up on that idea. I had some Forstner bits that were quite cheap, so I didn't mind breaking them or modifying them. So I filed the shank down to make it fit through the bearings, and I've been using that ever since. It's far more durable and clearly holds things better, hasn't broken yet. So same as the normal one, I just cut across through it, a small hole in the middle, and tap it on. So I haven't got the drill on there at the moment. I've lent that to my son, so I haven't needed to lathe anything recently. So all up, does it work? Yes, definitely. Would I build it again? Yes, I would. It was cheaper, and I'd recommend it to you. And this is just a sneak peek of the next project I've been working on. If you want to see how that turns out, like, subscribe, and hit the notifications, and you'll find out when it comes up. Thanks for watching.